Hi there, this is Tammy. This is Tammy's Crafty Life. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you are watching and giving me a chance. I hope you like what you see and you'll come back. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. And I really enjoy doing these videos. I've done paper crafting videos for a few years, and this year I switched to Flosstube videos. So this video is all about cross stitch. I have fun stuff for you today. I have 4 fully finished objects, they're all a lot of fun. I have some whips. I'll share my whip go plans for May, and some haul. I have some really, what I think is really fun haul, and it'll be like a product review, and maybe a little tiny life update at the end. My life's pretty boring, so there's not too much to update. And I apologize ahead of time if my dog barks. This is the 3rd time I've started this video because he's barked at the beginning, and I'm hoping he's done. We'll see. I've had people tell me it's okay. We like to hear the dogs in the background, which is good. I appreciate that people feel that way. But this dog is really large, and his bark is very startling. He has a very big bark. So anyway, I'm hoping he will behave himself. So I'm just going to get right into it with my finishes, my fully finished objects. The first one is my corgi caboodle. I had mentioned in my last video, or I showed you my finished piece and said that you wouldn't see the fully finished object because I was going to see my daughter and it's for her. We had to reschedule and I haven't seen her yet. So here is my corgi caboodle. This is a flat fold, and I used Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitchers tutorial. It was very easy to make and a lot of fun. So this green fabric I took the project with me to Joann's to buy fabric, and this matches the piece really well. And then I had some Stampin' Up! Ribbon that I used for the thing at the bottom. I bought some sticky board at Joann's. Big mistake. The backing peels off, but there is like no stick. So I had to do it as if I didn't have sticky board, which is fine because I have a ton of board that's the right thickness. But so this was my first fully finished object, and I decided if I was doing one I should keep going, and I watched a few tutorials recently on different ways to finish things, and so this was one of them, and I'm very pleased with this. I want to do some flat folds for myself. It was very easy to do, didn't take very long, and I really liked the way it turned out. So that was the first one. The second one is Be Nice by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Is that what it's called? Primrose Cottage anyway. And this is my finish for it. This is a piece I purchased at Hobby Lobby. It comes with a white piece of fabric that is embroidered, and it says something about home, but this fit in it perfectly. And the corgi caboodle and this both, I got this black cording at Hobby Lobby also, and this is the same green fabric. This is a different Stampin' Up! Ribbon that I put on here. And in my last video I told you how I changed the colors because I'm not an aqua person, and the green was more aqua than green, so I made it more green. And then these guys are little buttons that I got at Hobby Lobby, little bee buttons, and I cut off the back and stuck them on there. And what I used to stick these on and what I used for the cording is Tim Holt's I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, it works really well for this kind of stuff. It dries totally clear. You can't even tell that it's there where it did stick out a little bit. So this was stitched on a 28 count, just even weave, probably from Hobby Lobby. And I love this. I also have a couple other of the Primrose Cottage bee ones to stitch. I haven't started them yet. So that was my fully finished object number 2. Number 3 is Welcome Home by Stony Creek. I finished this early this year, and I wanted to finish it the way they did in their magazine. It was a frame, but they don't have them anymore. So what I did was, this is part of my haul. I was at Joann's wandering around looking at wood things to use for finishing, And I found these. These were with the canvases. And so they're like a canvas, but they're wood. This is 8 by 10. So I bought 3 of these. And for this project, I painted it with blue paint. Just regular acrylic paint. Comes in a little bottle. And I bought, this is a navy blue pom-pom trim that I glued behind it. And then this is a really pretty lace that I got at Hobby Lobby. Both of these came from Hobby Lobby. This is stitched on whatever was the called for fabric, only they used, Stony Creek used 28 count and I used 14 count. It's kind of hard to see. It's a blue modeling, light blue modeling. And then where my pom-pom trim met at the bottom, I added a little red bow. I thought this turned out really cool. I'm really happy with it. More happy with it than I would have been if I had framed it, because I wouldn't have had these extra touches. So that was number 3. And then number 4, for February cross stitch camp, we had to stitch a project that was monochromatic, and I did the cat sleeve paw prints. I can't remember where it's from. I'll put it in the description below. I cannot remember who the pattern is from, but this is how I did this one. This is this board again, and I used Sweetwater Stitcher's tutorial on adding fabric to do a backing with fabric, and then I painted the sides black, and I love this purple fabric, and I used this white trim again, so I thought this was really pretty. Now I have to find a place to put all these things, well, these 3 things in my house. One of them is a gift, but the others are for me, so I have to find a place to put them. So those are my fully finished objects. I don't have any finishes this week. I worked mostly on one picture. I mean, I have 3 whips, I think, but I had a new start and I worked mostly on it. So I'll show you my new start. I think I showed last week that I had purchased this pattern, Shannon Christine, red, white, and blue. And the other day I was wanting to just do something that was really bright. And if you've watched very many of my videos, you know that I love to start new projects. And I already had this one kitted up. So here's how far I got, because I was obsessed with this. This is a Bestitch Me fabric, and I cannot remember what the name of it is. But I thought, the Shannon Christine, theirs is on a taupe background, but this is opalescent, and I love the way it's turning out. The colors in the picture are just popping on this blue fabric, and I just think it's really pretty. This is one of my custom, I take an 8-inch and 11-inch scroll frames and make an 8 by 11, and it's perfect for this picture. This is what size the picture is going to be. So that's my new start, and it's what I've worked on most of the last couple of weeks. I have a couple other whips, but I don't have much progress on them because I kept wanting to go back to that. I pulled this one out one day. This is called Love Family Home, and this was exclusive to the Fat Quarter Shop last summer, I think. It's from Little House Needleworks, and it's the chart of their logo. And so I started it then, and I already had the tree and the fence and the bricks done, so I didn't get a lot done. I'm just doing the outlining of the windows and the door. I picked this up and worked on it that long, and then I went right back to my red, white, and blue because I really wanted to work on it. So that was one of my whips. And my last one that I worked on is my Mousecapades Mice on Ice. This is a stitch along that Misty is doing with Luminous Fiber Arts. And there are going to be 7 patterns, and she released a border so you can stitch them all together. So that's what I'm doing. And I have not yet finished my first one. I was going great guns on this, and then, like, squirrel, I keep seeing other things. A lot of squirrels have been in my way lately. I wanted to finish the first one and end the second one, and then I think in May the new set of patterns comes out. But so all I got done on this one recently is I stitched a little bit in the water down here, not very much. So I still need to fill in the windows and the door on this house, and then there's a light garland, and I need to finish this water, and I need to finish the border. I've only done, it's 2 colors, and I've only done 1 color on most of it. It won't take me very long. I just have had many other things get in my way, like many squirrels. There's a lot of squirrels around here. Figuratively and literally, we have a lot of squirrels in our neighborhood. So those are my whips. And then for WhipGo next month, Jessie Marie Does Stuff hosts this WhipGo thing where it's kind of like bingo. I've explained it several times. And she picks numbers each month. And on your WhipGo board, 13 is a free square, or you can add something in it. So when she draws number 13, she draws another number. So there were 3 numbers for this month. I don't have anything in my 13, so she drew 8 and 14. And one of mine is, excuse me, I knocked it on the floor. One of the numbers she drew for me, I don't remember which one's which, is Flea Market Flowers by Holt. This was a stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop last summer, I want to say. And I started it, and stitch alongs, I start out and go great guns, and then I peter out. So here's my progress. This is where I'm starting. Oh, I put this behind it. I'm starting where I have the whole frame done, and I have 2 of the squares done. And my goal for WhipGo is 5 days on each project. So we'll see how much progress I make on this in 5 days. I don't remember how long it took me to do those 2 squares. The border took a while, but so we'll see. So that's one of my WhipGos. And the other one that got pulled was Humility by Artesy cross stitch. This is a full coverage piece. I don't have a very big start on it. I have it on this huge frame, and this is, I want to say 25 count, easy grid. I only have, well, I guess it's 4 squares, but they're not done. That's how far I am. So this is where I'm starting from. And this one, I am up here, and I think there's only 4 colors in there. So hopefully I can get quite a bit done, but it'll be kind of boring to look at because it is only 4 colors. I love cats in general, big cats in particular, all African animals, and I just think this picture is beautiful. I hope I finish it someday. The full coverage ones, I've been wondering lately what I think I'm doing because I don't know how I will ever finish any of them, and I have several. I don't have as many as a lot of people have, but I do have several. So those were my whips and my WhipGo for next month. My other plans I have for next month is I'm participating in 2 stitch-alongs. Both of them started today. I don't have any stitches in either of them yet. They're both mystery stitch-alongs. One is by Satsuma Street, and it's called The Animal House. They released the first part today. This is my first Satsuma Street, it's hard for me to say, picture. I love all the vibrant colors, but the ones that I'm drawn to the design are like the Wizard of Oz, and those, they're like octagon shaped or something. But I don't like I like the way they're designed, but I don't like the theme of any of them, so I haven't done them yet. But this one's called The Animal House, and this is part 1, which I also really liked the colors. I'll show you the colors. I like bright colors, which is why I keep looking at Satsuma Street stuff, but hadn't bought anything yet. They suggest natural raw linen. I'm going to stitch it on 28 count mushroom Lugana, which this is not really, it's looking kind of gray, but it's mushroom. I don't do linen, as I've said before. And I don't know how well these are going to show up. These are the colors for this. And let's see. And this is a little sneak peek of what I'm going to show you in my haul, the way I have these colors. Very bright, vibrant colors, and I think they're beautiful. And then the other one is with the Fat Quarter Shop, excuse me, and it's called Summer Home, and part 1 of it came out today also, and it is, they have it stitched on thin white pine board, 14 count Aida, and it's not available, so I'll show you what I pulled out for it. But the first pattern came out today, and it's just the frame. And also, they don't use purple in anything. Fat Quarter Shop and Lori Holt, they don't like purple. I love purple, and I have to add it to things. So I've changed the colors. This has red, 2 greens, an aqua, a navy, and a gray. And Fat Quarter Shop has floss packs in Classic Colorworks or DMC. So I went to Hobby Lobby and pulled the colors. I'm changing the red to a pink, and I'm changing the aqua to a purple. And I don't know yet which pink I want to use. There's 2 different pinks that I've tried, but I'm going to wait till I get to pink before I decide. So these are the colors, which I think are very pretty. These are the 2 pinks. So I changed this purple, which these aren't showing really right. The colors don't look correct. Because this is purple and this is gray, and they look very similar on there. Maybe that looks better. I don't know. So I need to get started on that one, and it's just stitching the frame. And this fabric is Hobby Lobby, the Artiste fabric. It's a, I don't remember if it has a name, but it's white with a gray, light gray modeling on it. And I thought it would work really well for this since I don't have the right fabric. And this one comes out to 7 by 7, so it should be a quick stitch. We'll see how it goes. So that is the 2 stitch alongs I'm participating in. I'm excited to get started on those. What I have left to show you is some haul. I already showed you this. I bought 3 of these, so I've used 2 of them. And I got my fabric from Grace Notes, and it's called Bee Stitch Me. This one's Bee Stitch Me. I showed you my Grace Notes one last time, I think. Yeah, I did. This is called Rainy Day, and I get, right now I'm getting from her 32 count Lugana, and I think this is beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I think it's beautiful. I love her fabrics. So that's Bee Stitched Me. That just came in the mail today. When I was looking for wood pieces, I found this cutting board, which I thought was striking, and it's got feet on it. So the way I saw it, it will prop up on these feet so it'll stand up, or it could stand up like this. I almost put my Be Nice on it, and then I went with the other frame instead. So I didn't buy this for anything specific. We'll see what calls to me. I really like the feet thing. It just looks really cool. So, excuse me. My last piece of haul is I am in a Facebook group that is called something about cross-stitch storage ideas, something like that. And there's been a lot of talk in there about floss storage. And a lot of people are switching to the new pip and chip bobbins. They're acrylic bobbins, and you put them in this particular drawer unit that comes from the Container Store. My floss used to all be bobbinated, and I liked the neatness of it, but I didn't like using it because you had to unwind it and then wind it back on. And I also didn't like that when you go to use it, it's all kinky like this. And in that group, I'm sure is where I saw this, there is a person in Australia who has an Etsy shop. Her shop is called Flossanthology. And that's what these are. This unfolds. So these are the same cuts I was putting on my floss drops. They're like 36 inches and then folded in half. But the difference is, that's my dog groaning. This is what what happens when I use floss drops. And this one actually looks pretty good. Usually they're a big tangled up mess. I have to be very deliberate about how I actually flip all the way to that color and not do this to pull out what I need, because I get a big knotted up mess. And it's kind of messy for storage also. And I also do Brazilian embroidery, and on one of my videos I showed my little wreath that I have that I stitched. And for Brazilian embroidery, they have pages that look just like this, but they don't have, this has, it's made to go in a 3-ring binder, and the other ones don't have that. And you can buy those in the US. They are from JDE, which is a place you buy Brazilian embroidery supplies. And I had thought about using those over the years and just had never done anything about it. And then I saw the suggestion about these, and I had to get some. So this has 14, this will hold 14 different colors each page, and she has some options. I started out by buying this option. This is 5 pages, and it comes with, oh, it's way over there, I can't reach it. It comes with, I'm going to open that one. I'll show you how they work. It comes with this tool, which the other part I'm going to show you. That's why I have so many of these. This is plastic, and this little end is smaller. I'm going to fold down this end, and the way that it works is you thread this tool all the way through here. I can't do it up in the air, so I'll do it. So you thread this through there, and then you hook your floss on here and stick this back in and pull it through. And then she has this tag system. She has these tags, which this 5-pack one comes with blank tags, and you put your numbers on them. And they fold over to hold the floss. So this works the same way as a floss drop, because what I love about floss drops is that I use my needle and just pull one strand without making a mess. This keeps everything nice and neat and tidy, and still allows me to pull one strand. And this is flat, so this is for, well, let me pull this out. This is for one project, and this will go very nicely in a project bag. I've just folded it up. Or you can put it in a notebook. So if I use this for my full coverage projects, it would take, I think, 6 pages, because most of them have 90. I don't know my math. 6 or 7 pages to hold 90 different colors of thread. And then I would put this in a notebook. And I bought a notebook. I bought 3 of these 5-packs, and I bought a notebook in case I want to switch my full coverage. I've only actually converted a couple of my projects. I haven't decided if I'm going to go back and convert them all or not, or if I'm just going to do it as they get pulled out. Although right now they're all on Annie's Keepers. And Annie's Keepers I love, but they got really hard to get. I was buying them at Acorns and Threads, and the last time I was there, they only had one option, and it wasn't what I wanted as far as it had too many bars with it. But there's a couple of places you can buy them online if you can get them, and it got to a point last year where I waited 6 months for an order to arrive from somewhere that I ordered online, and they didn't even tell me they were back ordered. I had to call and say, why haven't I seen my order? Oh, well, we don't have any. Why did you let me order them if you don't have any? Or why didn't you at least tell me they were back ordered? I'm not sure. I have not ordered again from that shop, so I'm not going to say who they are. But then I was at Acorns and Threads in Portland and saw Annie's Keepers last summer, so I bought a bunch from them. Annie's Keepers are expensive. They're kind of spendy to get enough for what you want, for what I wanted. These cost a little bit too, and the shipping is kind of high because it's not high for what it is, but it's coming from Australia, so you have to pay for shipping from Australia. But the young lady that does these, her name is Shauna. When I very first ordered, I sent her a message through Etsy, and she answered me immediately, and I was very pleased. So the second time I ordered from her, so she has that you can buy these in a set of 5 or in a set of 2, I think. Or you can buy a whole set that is made to hold a whole set of DMC embroidery floss. And that's what I did the second time. It comes with 3 binders. One says D, one says M, one says C, and it tells you what numbers fit in there. And I have this one partially filled. This just came today. So I was working on filling this, and I have a lot of holes. The first binder also comes with this nice big pocket. And inside this pocket is a list of all the threads, and this is a checklist. And then she gives you a gift certificate in case you mess up any of your little doodads when you're putting it together, your little tags. You can get a set of 14 for free, and her business card is in there. And then when I got the whole set, it came with, I don't know how many there are, it came with a bunch of these guys. So you can have them in every book, and you have extras, because I'm sure eventually they'll wear out. So I was very excited to get this, and I'm going through and putting all my floss in there, and I don't know if I'm going to fill in all the holes or not. I was trying to decide if I want to go through all my whips that I may not touch this year, that I haven't touched for a long time, and put the floss back so that I have it, because in the last year and a month, or however long since I went back to cross stitch last year, I've spent a lot of money on floss because I've kitted up a bunch of things and bought a lot of floss. Good thing that I noticed this week, Hobby Lobby lowered the price of their DMC floss. I'm wondering if they did it because Michael's and Joann's both lowered their price. When I first started again last year, at Michael's and Joann's both, they were 90 or 99 cents. I don't remember which. And Hobby Lobby was 60 cents a skein. And I noticed this week they've lowered their price to 53 cents, which was very nice. That's a big discount. So, of the 3 stores, Hobby Lobby is my favorite one. I'm not sure why. There's just something about it. It's Hobby Lobby and Michael's for me are in the same shopping mall. No, not Michael's. Hobby Lobby and Joann's are in the same shopping mall. Michael's I have to drive 20 minutes to get to. The other 2 are 5 minutes away. But for some reason Hobby Lobby has been my favorite, so I go there first whenever I can. Funny thing, the last 3 really big projects I've kitted up. One I went to Michael's because I had a coupon for 20% off everything, your whole purchase for the whole month of April, so I went there. They were out of one color of floss, so I had to go to one of the other 2 to get it. And then the other 2 that I kitted up at Hobby Lobby, each of them, they were out of one color of floss. But since Hobby Lobby and Joann's are in the same mall, I just went to Joann's to get the other 2 that I was missing. But it's interesting that the last 3 times I haven't been able to leave with all the colors that I needed. That's all of my stitching stuff. I notice a lot of people give life updates. I have a really boring life. I'm married and my husband and I both work full-time. And so my only exciting thing is our dog that we got a year ago, and I've been trying to train him on my own. He's a very, very large black German Shepherd. He's a beautiful dog. If I think of it, I'll put a picture of him at the end. But he's very stubborn. So I've been trying to train him on my own for a year, and I finally gave up. Well, I didn't give up. I decided to take the next step and hired a trainer. So she comes once a week and works with all three of us, my husband and I and the dog. And it's making a difference. I would like it to make a faster difference because I want everything in a hurry. And he's very stubborn, so he doesn't want to conform. So that's my really only life update. Trying to train the dog and cross stitch. I work, I cross stitch, and walk the dog and try to work on training him. I do some other crafts. My next video I'll probably have some new things to show you. I don't have any more gnomes. But I got sucked into another kind of video, so I'm working on a different kind of craft that I will show on my next video. So that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked what you saw and that you'll come back. And I think I had something else to say, and I forgot what it was, but I will link down below to the Sweetwater Stitcher's tutorial and Lana Pfeiffer's tutorial. I don't know if there's anything else I need to list below. Maybe the two stitch-alongs. Oh, and the floss organization. I will link to her also, because I think her organization is amazing. I just love it. So that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye for now.